Tell us about Janet. You must have remembered Hurricane
I
Janet.
was so much. I was 9 years old when Janet passed away. So I remember living in a house down by the road down there. The other old house remaining still, and the one that was surviving just on the opposite
My
side.
blood, probably that was keeping me alive.
The force of the hurricane has what that caused great pain.
I remember I was ill that day. I was taking some.
Wait, did you know it as a hurricane or storm or just the bad weather?
Well, to be honest, 8,
About 8?
8, 9. And as I said, I stayed home that day because I wasn't feeling well, and my mother gave me some medicine. She was ironing. Consider was in the house cooking, and watching all the trees in the garden just falling flat and up again. The coconut trees were quite a little low, and you can see, well, this thing is serious. And when you look at the Atlantic, the water was raging.
Oh my God.
And my uncle went to town to do some shopping. And there were trees, because the car is on Bella Road. Tamarind trees, big trees falling right across the road, so he couldn't.
So I lost my parents. I was badly injured.
In 1955, so
1955.
Hurricane Janet.
22nd of September 1955.
So that was
Yeah. So it was. So
only because of Janet?
yeah, because when I talk about it, we have some people who say, "Yes, Dan, I remember when the galvanized flying caught you." That was rubbish.
Okay, so what really happened?
We had the old house we used to live in was badly constructed. Every time my grandmother had a child, my grandfather had a little piece on it. So we ended up with a big house with no proper construction. The wind came, the hurricane came and blew it down. And she got trapped under a wall. I got trapped with her. I was on her leg. And the last part of her I remember feeling was just above her knee. And the last words I heard, she said, "Oh my God." And I managed to pull out with blood running down. And I spent 3 months in the colony hospital because it more or less scraped the skull. And they couldn't stitch it back. So you have to stay there until it heals up. And when if you have a big sore and it's healing up, let's take the size of your earring, it was bigger than that. But when the sore become like that, I would a little bit better there, that was sent home. So we went down there and the next day after Janet was, I'm sure it was Bobbert and Walter, or one of them. So we split up. And she said, "Children, all your ball." But this time I'm getting weaker because I thought it was rainwater that's coming down in my mouth. So I was sucking on my own blood. Sucking on my blood. Probably that was keeping me alive.
I want to hear your Janet experience.
Yes, very interested. Tell us about Janet. Tell us what Janet
Petit Martinique during Hurricane Janet.
Yes.
We knew the catastrophe in Carriacou, but was it really bad in Petit Martinique?
It was very bad.
So tell me what you remember.
I remember Dad say to Mom, they have to go and secure the vessel. That was his brother's vessel, but he used to work on it. The vessel name was Winifred. Call the vessel after he started. Daddy go, Daddy can come back. Hurricane, but all the men and them they did drink it.
as usual.
So, sundown. The house we had, we had a dining room, there was a window they call, how do you used to call it?
Yeah, jealousy.
All right. We had days we have the goblet with the water.
Where was the house? Here?
No, our house was over. Right, you see where Cocoa Boy is?
Yes.
The house over by Cocoa Boy. So we did. I say, Mommy say, well, I wonder where James did. James can't come back. And then I said to Mommy, the house going up because I'm going down. The next thing you hear galvanized, when you watch, the house over. There was a plum tree, and when the wind raged, so the plum tree is inside the house in the door.
So you didn't get any warning because in those days you have no radio.
No, you didn't get no warning. The weather
So
just
the weather
changed.
just changed.
Wow.
When for we to go out, now Mommy said, Lord, well, I wonder, where James today? Mommy grab a sheet. And you know, in them days, you have a blind in you have your bedroom, but you just have a big blind at the door. All them clothes on it, just grab everything, he put in a sheet, all thing he could find, all clothes, and he tie it. And he say, well, we have to get out of the house because the house is, the portico is down, that is the small room, and the big room itself is up there. When we come to go out, I say, oh God, Mommy, no, I can't go. She says, stay there. And Mommy jumped down. And when he jumped down, the plum tree coming in the house and he go back. And we start screaming. So she said, hold on. One, come, I go catch you. And as we go, Mommy hold and he put down. He take the next one and he put, it was 3 of us. When we trying to go in, Mommy saying, stay down, the kitchen nearly fall on us. Mommy had to drag us this way. And it's on your hand, you know, hands and Mommy still had to hold us and drag in the bag with the clothes. When we meet the little road and we're going down to the main road, wind blowing so much you don't know where you're there. We've been on the bay. We reached to the seawater. Then Mommy said, no, we're going wrong. We had to crawl back, creep. When you're creeping, you're holding out.
Could you imagine?
And we come back, there was a house right on the side there right now where you see a house there by on the, when you're coming down on your right hand side, the road, it's any house.
Okay.
Right. We come and we get there. When we get there now, boom. But we hear, remember Master Man say, somebody knocking. But afraid to open the door. Because that time, what they tied the door with, a sheep rope with the stick. They had the beach rope there, and they hang it up in the roof. And when the wind taking it, everybody hanging on it because we were tied, the rope not long enough. Anyway, we knocked again, they said, Master Man said, somebody knocking the door. When they opened the door, it was me, Mommy, and the other 2 children, and we go. So they asking, no, where is Cousin James? Mommy say, when he go up the road, he ain't come back. Right, we did. And then sudden I remember Master Man say, oh God, we house smash. I'm going and get me guitar pair cherry pink. He got into the car and he get the guitar and he come back. Yes. You know the house wasn't far. And he coming back and we did. And then suddenly again we went boom, open. When we open, it was in that filter. Come in. We just say, when she says she go past in the window to go out, when she go out, you end up in a drum of water.
In a drum of water?
Because you know, you have drum, that's the long time that you have
in the water. Under your back.
Then we did. And the same, Mommy, well, where daddy day? Mommy, where daddy day? Then we hear, bow, bow. As a man say, somebody knocking. You are careful how you opening the door, you know. When we opened the door, it was my father with a young lady saying, get a sheet to cover her. That was, I forgot her name now, but she was staying with Nanny Gotrin right over. You see where the boy have the shop? There is where.
Oh, Dory?
Yes, there is where Nanny Gotrin house. They get clothes and they give run with it. No, Daddy said, well, I'm missing one child. I did say that she stay in my house. That was Nelly. Go by chance, see her. And leave her. Daddy yesterday, Daddy told look for a child. But by the time Daddy go and look for Melina, daylight, you know, so I invite everybody thinking about it. If you see can build that here till everybody gets breaking can there. You can't buy for can, no. Can growing in the garden.
Everything's flat.
But the best joke is when we get up, Mommy say he going up by the house. Then he say he going up because he see Daddy. When me and with Mommy find Daddy, but me and Kathleen, we get to celebrate. We hear they say, Lily head split in two, and the nurse trying to put it together.
That was the description. Who was Lily?
I'm a dear lady.
Okay.
So me and Kathleen leave now and we going up to go and see. When we get there, instead of we go and see the thing in Lily head, we watching the chain, they can't find him. Oh God, what was the lady name again? And she did just have an operation, take out one of her breasts. And they did taking up them, when they take up the partition, she was lying dead.
Oh.
Right, we watch them, and I see the quarter, the one, pick to see, you know, children, wow, what one see. Oh, let's put Lily head together. How do you put head together?
Sorry for laughing, but
What are these children?
When we go now, the nurse one, they because everybody looking to see whether people are the nurse one, they fighting with Lily head. But the best joke is, cousins are coming here for a long time.
That's your mother. She telling her that father to go.
Yes, I said, by way she did see coming this way, I said, well, let me go this way. You have a road in the forest. We're passing the road and we go down. We're going down, but we're still watching our thing. We're going.
So you saw a lot of fallen trees?
Yes, it was a mess. But when we coming down, Mommy coming down, I can say, you know what, you keep getting here, you know. When we meet our uncle K's house now. Everybody, oh God, I don't know what K's are them, I don't know what K's are them. So, I go up and I do what he. I can say, no. I can go get it, you know, but me go get it. And that's the bad guy going to come in. So I said, that's how we go down. And Captain see when he go in and see what happened over the hill now. When I reach right by where you see the police station is the thing there now. They say, hey, look on them, guys don't put this on. I run back. Instead of go in the road to go in, I run across. And that time, you know, rain more than out. And we did it, but oh God, kids are them safe, kids are them safe. Continue to turn and he say, Ma, but how the morning your foot red so? Well, when I see that now, I start to panic.
You cut your foot on there now.
I walk, they had to go and look to see where I run across. And where I run across, there was a brick bottle.
Okay.
Look, I still have the mark there.
Yeah.
And he just still give me through.
That when he cut.
He cut, they say they damaged my vein.
Yeah.
But I the only way I didn't get beat, but better to get beat.
With the pain after.
Oh my God.
So how old were you?
So old I was.
Maybe around 18. No, that was before you had children.
Yes.
55. What year she born? 39. Okay.
Well, what's interesting, the story she's told, that's the first time I've ever heard the story vividly in terms of that hurricane.
That morning, we get up, the weather was hazy, like, foggy,
Right.
and we heard on the news that this hurricane was coming to Barbados. But we all went to school. My mother went out as usual, one cell. I think she went to Mount Pleasant. But she had us to come back quick, and the school, they let us off the principal and tell us to go home because there's a hurricane on its way.
Okay.
And go straight home. Don't play in the road. We come from Belmont, we come here. And I mean, I was, my sister is bigger than me, but I was the man in the house.
You was man.
Yes, I was the man in the house because my father and my big sister and brother was in Grenada.
Okay.
So Janet took them in Grenada.
Right.
And that's what happened. But then when I came back, my mother come soon after me. And she just said, Jonathan, you better get your father fishing line and start battening down the windows because the hurricane on its way. I acknowledge the hurricane 1954, but it was just a minor thing.
Yeah, it was storm. The storm
the
pass.
storm,
Yeah,
It wasn't,
I heard about that.
not as that one. And I wouldn't like to acknowledge that one as that again. It's one of the terrible things. And our house went Ollie.
Yeah.
Ollie. As about battening down a window, the next one open. As about finish, the next one open. And we are living here.
Yeah.
We were living there. You were living in hurricane zone.
You didn't win most.
Yeah. And I would just prediction, not quite sure of the time, but I would say about maybe after past 4 to 5 o'clock. Our house gone. All of us inside of it. Me, my mother, my second big sister, Angela, and Pukso. Pukso was a baby.
Okay.
And he go up in the air with us. Well, he's in the air because with some assault and things like that. And he go right over in the hill behind it. And quarter.
Way for.
It's a miracle. Really, to tell you the story is a miracle. Because we didn't know where we were.
Wow.
The house quarter. This side come this way, that side go that way, that side go that way.
You just fall apart.
Yeah. The four side just fall apart in the way. East, west, north, south.
What?
And we're on the flooring. We're on the flooring. And it was near to a tree. It was a source-up tree. But where we had source-up them time was behind the hill there and one down here. And my mother was saying, Jonathan, I don't know where we are. But when the lightning flash and the Ganvanai, oh Lord, because if we catch you, it's only half. It's only half of you to get in.
Yeah.
But my grandmother, my father, mother was in the house as well. She was paralyzed from the waist down.
Wow.
But she did call my mother and said, Jonah, take Robert children and go down by Aubrey, Mackenzie. See, I don't old already. So my mother said, no, I can't leave you here, is my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Leaving you here, what people are going to say? Which, I agree with her.
Of course.
Yeah,
We leave no one behind.
Yeah, she said, what's going to happen? Let happen right here. And then, we house might go about 4:30 to 5. That happened. And with some assault inside of it,
and go. And that when coming to daylight, because the night was one of the longest nights.
So where you guys stayed after your house quarter, they stay below the tree?
We're gonna go. We can't go nowhere. We're nowhere more.
So are they stay in the same spot?
We all huddle together and stay right there. You know, we stay right there. And my big sister, second big sister, she in Trinidad now. She put a fracture down there. She couldn't walk. And it was me and my old lady and she and Angela and Pukso was a baby. And they come into daylight after things system a bit. It's still dark.
Yeah.
You know, we couldn't see, we know where we were that time.
Okay.
So we decided to come up in the foundation. So I take Pukso and put on the side. And my sister put she on wrong my neck. Because she foot she was limping. And we come up in the foundation when they come there. All the house leave everything there. We had only the post, and we had food stuff, rice, flour, and what in the downstairs. And they didn't even wet.
Wow.
They didn't wet. You know.
Well, you had food?
You had food, yeah. You know, we got the house, leave it and go up.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and go in the back there. And when we come back and we see what happened, then my mother said, we better go to my Aubrey. And I laid Annabella down there and Pokes on the side, and we go to my Aubrey. And when we go, a lot of people was there. Same way, looking for shelter.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. It was water, everybody sit down in water. Who sleeping in water, sleep in water.
Food.
You know, it was not a nice thing, but it's an experience. You know, and up to today, I remember just as how it happened.
Wow.
You remember just it happened?
Wind.
Yes.
Sometimes they know about wind and
well, we
wind
heard,
direction.
as I said, yeah, we heard about hurricane, but we don't really know what hurricane
taking place.
Is. Yeah. And in the morning after me and my mother, after thing a bit, but when you look around,
everything feathered.
It was no tree. Everything like it burned. It burned, you know. I could stay and watch British flat. And it smelled like something burning, a fire pass. You know. And then we had my mother, after we went down there. And daylight properly. She said, Jonathan, let's go until we find your grandmother. That's my father's mother. But we could have heard she groaning in the night there that time when the wind blowing and the lightning, but she was away from us. And we can't go, nobody can go and rescue nobody them time.
Wow.
You know? And I will tell you something, you know, it was a good thing was behind the hill there. If it was somewhere around here, we can, when I passing frequently, or and they catch you, we cut you in two. But we could have seen, you know. And then we go down and I find baby grandmother. My grandmother is a real white woman, you know.
Yeah.
My father's mother, yeah, real white woman. She was touching she when she put them in.
Wow.
You know. And I find she was dead. I piece 2x4 hit across and split she head.
Oh my God. Wow.
Split she head. And she cringe up, you know. Foot come up. And they had us to stretch straighten and break her foot and straighten it. Because yes, if she's up. And she didn't even register that then. No, she did not. Because that time everybody's trying, you know, when you're dead them time, they bury you straight away.
One time.
You know? Aubrey Mackenzie.
Do you remember how many deaths it had?
I don't know how many deaths he had in Carriacou. But I know my grandmother was one.
Right.
But I think he had a few baker or somebody died on that side, but I don't really know.
Yeah.
You know? But,
I think I heard like 20 something, and we had a cousin who died, so I'm not sure if you know Injin. That's Injin and cousin Popo brother. His name was Edgel.
1955, 22nd daylight now, Mr. in the morning. I lost a brother in Janet.
What was his name?
He was Edgel. He was my mother first.
A little louder, please.
He was my mother first child.
Edgel.
He was 19 years old.
So, how old were you then?
But I was just Monsool, eh?
Okay.
And funny enough, me and my mother and my brother go below a bed. And the wall from the upright, that break out and fall down and squeeze in under the bed with me and my mother. And funny enough, I don't know, well, enough people, those up to today, those wonder what's about that mischief that went on, mystery or whatever they call it, we went on. You know. Because I in the center between my mother and my brother. The wall fall against my brother's chest. He jam can on my head. And the hand of the hand of my mother, the wall break that hand. And then I get no injury.
Must be God.
Yes. It's just that I can't remember that at all. Eh?
Yeah.
Them telling me a man they call Dark Light. When he passing around, he come and rescue below the wall from the wall. Because my mother get trapped in it, pinched with me below she hand. My brother get knocked out and dead. Nobody can help next one. So it still when Dark Light passed. So this day was a very sad day for my parents. I mean, I was just too young to experience it. But I was there. Yes. And put on top of it, after we come out from under that, and we're going for shelter under donkeys, our neighbor. I followed from them and they don't know. You know what they're joking so to make they don't know I'm missing. When they meet to clean up other day, they had to go back outside and look for me. They find me in the water going away.
So in all the rain, it happened, you fell off because it was night.
Dark night, they say pitch dark. And them time we had only light we know is Masanto. And Masanto not lighting in that wind.
Right.
Imagine that. So it's pitch dark, you can see the palm of your hand. Because them time it didn't have such light. Eh?
So they found you in a stream of water?
Yes, and the mother always talk that and other people always tell me about that.
So you missed that. There was 2 occasions.
More than 2. I see that on 3 occasions. I experienced it when I was 5. I come out to school and these 3 boys just take me up and pitching it with one another. And a car coming down, pitch it in front of the car. I ain't go for it. And I was 5 at the time. Eh? And next car coming down, pitch it in front of the car again and he shoved me in front of the car. What? I can't forget that day, no matter I was youth, man. When that car picked me up and I watched one side of me, milk white, no brown.
Oh my God.
And take a good while before it start to form some water issue in it, no blood, you know. And that thing start to burn me. Until the driver and the police, them people so foolish. I must say it like that. I get damaged. You have to take me to the doctor straight away. They bring me to the police station. And they put me sit down on a bench there while they're writing and doing the thing. And days where that thing start to burn me. Then before they had to take me and bring me in the hospital, I had to bring me in the hospital straight away. But that's what we did thinking at the time.
They put the cart before the horse. Let's go back to Janet. I know you were too young to remember what transpired, but what you remember the older folks saying in terms of the devastation?
Well, as far as I hear, and I saw pictures too, eh? The last picture I see on Janet really is the day in the revenue office up at the post office. When you see that the picture was taken from the hospital, the morning after Janet. I don't know if that picture still lives, they take care of it over, but that's a picture we should preserve. I see enough pictures on Janet. When you Carriacou was like flat down. And one of the things is, these people didn't have no wall house and things. Most of the house was water in our house. So then easy for the wind to blow it away. And you see, the people now didn't make no preparation. Because they didn't have no news, no radio to say, well, prepare. You're just there in sleep. And during sleep, this thing just come down on you. You don't teach you. You don't know where to turn. Yeah, sometimes I know which direction to run.
Because people
so it wasn't easy.
People been always trying to determine whether Ivan was more devastating or Janet. But you have a point, because in those days they didn't have wall house like during Ivan's time. So it's like almost everything collapsed.
What happened? Ivan was a stronger Janet, was a stronger blowing wind. But Janet devastated us far more than the Ivan. You know? Because the structure that we have is the Ivan at I-5. But the structure that we had them times, it was easier for the wind to flow everything.
Yes. And then you have another point. In those days, you didn't have anything like news or meteorologists to say that where the system is coming.
Yeah. Well, I know when radio come here, when the man from Aruba, Maruba people, when they retire and come in home, they come with a big radio. And not easy, not poor man couldn't own radio because it was $7 for the battery. I can't forget that.
Yes.
And then you're working 2 weeks to make $7.
Yeah. But Jane, driving around throughout Carriacou, we see some houses, and some of those houses withstood Hurricane Janet. It withstood Hurricane Ivan, Hurricane Emily.
Yeah, because you see, the man before, experience is a man's greatest teacher. That experience, because we had a hurricane in 1947, 1954.
Yes, 54.
So the rebuilding and everybody learned to tighten the thing. If you notice, most of them do on column, concrete column. They put it on a L shape, not just a straight column like we're doing today.
Okay. And Jane, I think we have to do another interview with you. It's been almost a year now we haven't done one. Yeah, so thank you very much for your Janet experience. Anything else you remember?
Well, not right now. But you have plenty things I remember.
All right, so next time. So on
because
this,
I don't forget plenty now. I know
that's okay. You're getting young like me. We keep forgetting. Yeah, 67 years ago, Injin lost his brother. And Injin, may his soul continue resting in peace, and sympathies to you and, well, to we, because that was my cousin as well.
He booked to go in England, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was on his way to England. And you see what happened to grow up with my mother, grow up with my father on the side. And he was on the ground and the yard that everybody clean to. So to that he go to school every day, properly educated, everything.
Nice.
Learn Buddha trade.
Listen, you was telling me about somebody that was coming from work and the light pole almost fell on them. Was it you that told me about somebody was on the way from work on the day of Janet, and they said they're going home. People tell them to come and shelter by them and down by the Pattersons in Belvedere. Wasn't it you? No,
what
it wasn't you.
Is, some baker girl went into the 7th stretch and sheltered the hurricane to leave few parents home, and everybody else stayed home and they advised her not to go. And she got killed in the church.
Oh, the church collapsed as well.
Yeah,
you remember how many people in Carriacou and Petit died during Janet? Yeah, sure.
I don't know, you know, but I think 20 something or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay.
Overall.
Yes.
Favorite in the village for everybody, yeah? Yeah, man.
So, also, what you all doing in
jail? That day I know also they would dedicating hole to bury my brother and they whipping no man morning and everything.
To bury him like the same day already?
Yeah, well, what happened, the system we had at the time, when you before bury dead in the morning, they bury before in the evening. For you to make over, you have to dead in the night or very late in the evening.
Okay.
And 10 o'clock is the latest they bury you. Because they did not know.
So you know where he's buried?
Who?
Your brother?
Yeah, I don't go by my brother too. It's a few a while I ain't go there.
Where?
I was there when my brother, I would take part my brother to go up in 1965 when my mother come out from England.
Where, Brunswick?
In a place they call Carriacou, by Monday down there.
Oh.
Yeah, man, I was always go and look for my brother, man. Because it's like, it's just as somebody I know, the way I hear about him. And the kind of loving person I always hear in him, like, most of the time I pass and look for brother Edgy.